Good morning, everybody, and welcome to KRK4 today on this Thursday. I'm Matt Mosler.
And I'm Brittany Johnson in for Jancy. Thanks for joining us this morning.
You look fabulous this morning.
Thank you so much. Trying to
fabulous.
catch up to you. I'm just trying to make sure I look good enough to sit beside you, Matt.
Well, lower the expectations there, Britt. All right.
Thanks a lot. Well, happening today, police are still looking for the fourth man to rob a Little Rock bank this week. This man walked into the Simmons First National Bank on Kavanaugh just after 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Take a good look. He handed a teller a note demanding money, then ran out with cash. Police think he's about 50 years old, 6'2", wearing a black and blue jacket and a tan hat.
And a lengthy standoff ends with a suspect in another one of this week's bank robberies arrested. Police arrested Jamal Wallace after spending hours talking him down. He is accused of robbing the First Security Bank on Bass Pro Drive Tuesday. He is charged with robbery, but pleaded not guilty in court.
Another day of cleaning and repairs taking place today after one person was hurt when a car slammed through a Little Rock business. It happened at the tennis shop on Cantrell Road, right across from Pavilion at the park. Look at the damage there. The car made it almost all the way into the store. One employee was hit. We're not sure how badly they were hurt or how the car drove inside the store.
And new this morning, streets in Little Rock back open today after rushing water caused major traffic troubles in southwest Little Rock. Central Arkansas Water Crews called to the scene at University and Asher Avenues, a major intersection there. It was closed for most of the day and into the evening. Central Arkansas Water tells us the cause of the pipe burst was a construction company boring underneath the road.
New for you this morning, a new study released shocking news for people living in North Little Rock.
Max Ridling joins us live this morning with more. Max.
Hey, good morning, guys. A new study ranks North Little Rock America's 5th most dangerous small city. A popular real estate website measured violent crime like rape, robbery, and murder in over 200 cities and found North Little Rock in the top 10. But city officials say that's misleading and crime stats are trending the other way. We spoke with the director of communication in North Little Rock, and this is what he had to say.
In 2013 by 14%. Property crime is down by an amazing 26%. Theft from vehicles is down an astounding 50%.
We also spoke to the blogger who wrote that report, and he says he's standing by that report. Guys, back to you.
All right, Max, thanks so much. Well, also new this morning, a Hot Springs attorney linked to Attorney General Dustin McDaniel last year is expected to surrender to authorities today. She's 36-year-old Andrea Davis, and she faces 1 count each of manslaughter and unlawful use of a communication device. Investigators say Davis and her brother were involved in a drug transaction with Max Anderson when Anderson was shot and killed at Davis's home in 2012. And we tried to reach out to Davis at her current home, but nobody answered.
Arkadelphia police are warning people about a possible arsonist. In the span of about a month, crews worked 2 fires just feet away from each other. At this point, arson is suspected. Those fires took place in the vicinity of Gresham and Austin Streets. Police have stepped up patrol in the area, and they are asking homeowners to be on alert.
All right, 5:04, that's the time for Greg D. and your weather on the 4th. Hey, Greg.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, everybody. Temperatures this morning very mild. We've got strong southerly winds out there. That's something you'll feel all day long, only increasing as we go through the afternoon. 68, your afternoon high. Notice the rain chances relatively low through the afternoon hours. They'll pick up later on tonight. Here's the slight risk recently updated by the Storm Prediction Center for later on this afternoon and tonight. I think a lot of this activity after 5, 6 o'clock this evening and then into the late evening hours. Batesville, Searcy, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Arkadelphia to Queen Point, west and northwest. Damaging winds and hail, the biggest threat, though, especially western and northwest Arkansas. There is going to be an isolated tornado threat this evening as some of these thunderstorms start to get going. 53 Hot Springs, 52 Mena, 54 Russellville, 51 over toward Fort Smith, 47 in Harrison, at 54 Little Rock, 51 in Pine Bluff. A couple scattered showers now southeast Arkansas, the Delta. Those are moving away. We've got cloudy skies left over. A storm system coming out of Texas and Oklahoma will head this way later on this afternoon. afternoon. Now, I think the brunt of this thing is going to move right into Missouri and portions of Illinois. So if there is a big concentration of severe weather today, it should stay to the northwest of central Arkansas. But we'll watch the storm system very carefully for the remainder of today. Here's what it looks like on forecast track. Showers, a couple of thunderstorms maybe popping up during the afternoon, but it's what happens this evening here across the River Valley and central Arkansas. It may take until the early morning hours of tomorrow for the storms to reach Little Rock, and then again tomorrow afternoon, central and especially southern Arkansas under the threat of additional thunderstorms popping up, as this storm will be very slow to move by. So a couple of days of storms with temperatures in the 60s this weekend. That's a look at your forecast. Now back to Brittany and Matt.
That is some great weather coming up. Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, coming up in your Razorback Nation report, a little basketball talk about why the Hogs feel this season will help set up the future quite nicely. There.
You look so tall this morning.
I am
All right, let's
so
talk
tall
about what
this
is
morning.
trending this morning on Twitter. You know, every time you do a little hashtag on your what phone,
Your
tweets,
mobile
whatever you
device,
do.
your phone, your
it shows
iPhone.
up here. This is what is trending in. This apparently is a TV show I've never seen called Bring
Okay.
It.
We don't stay up late to see
I
those
don't
shows
know.
when we have to wake up
But
this
Woo
early.
Pig Suey, that's one of the things trending. Has nothing to do with basketball or football. It has to do with the Razorbacks playing in North Little Rock last night at Dickie Stevens Park.
Saw those great crowds out there, about 9,000 people. Just take a look at that. So many people were out there to support the Hogs despite the weather not being so great. So it's glad to see people participating there and talking about it
Well, look at this guy.
online.
One of my favorite evenings every year, Razorback baseball, 5 minutes from the house. That is so, especially here in Central Arkansas. That's
Exactly.
so good. We will miss them, but love those baseball Hogs. So a lot of folks love watching the Razorbacks play right here in
Absolutely.
very safe North Little Rock.
Absolutely. Well, still plenty more ahead this morning when we come back. Greg D has your weather. How easy is it for a cat like Bryce to go ahead and move into and assimilate with a new family?
You know, for some cats, it's a little more difficult, but this guy is very
Already
people-friendly.
ready.
I went into the free-range cat room, and that's a separate space where we just let him roam, and he was really good. He greeted people, he engages with people, so I think he would make the transition quite well.
Wonderful. Now tell us about an upcoming event you all have going on. This is fun.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. April 5th, we're going to have, we call it at the Humane Society the Toto Photo. The cast of Parkview High Drama Club is doing The Wizard of Oz for their musical.
Wonderful.
And so since their instructor is one of our boards and one of our most ardent volunteers, if you go to, on April 5th between 11 and 3 to Just Gourmet Dogs with your dog, a photograph will be taken with the cast and your dog will take the role of Toto. Doesn't matter what breed, doesn't matter how big or small. The pictures will line the auditorium, you know, the lobby before the show, and you'll get a digital copy.
Wonderful.
So $15 minimum donation. You can give more if you like. We can, you know, we run on donations only.
Absolutely. All right, we'll check with the Humane Society about that event. And if you're interested in taking Bryce home, we will be right back after the break.
Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to KRK4 Today. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I'm Matt Mosler.
And I'm Brittany Johnson, in for Jancy Sheets. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Tomorrow marks just 1 year since an oil pipeline ruptured in Mayflower, spilling an estimated 210,000 gallons of sticky crude oil.
Hard to believe it's been a year already. This week, we're looking into the progress restoring that community. Now, in the Northwood subdivision where the spill originated, a lot of homes are still empty to this day. KRK's Max Ridling joins us live now from that neighborhood. Good morning, Max.
Taking a look at top stories on our KARK4 News app, the Saline County Circuit Clerk's office has just received a grant for roughly $2,000. That grant will pay for a historical marker marking the 150th anniversary of Arkansas Civil War. Well, Accent Marketing Services is bringing about 180 new jobs to Hot Springs. They're all customer service jobs. And additional repairs are still needed on Asher and University, the site of a major water main break. Also, a Washington County inmate is accusing a deputy. Well, we are wrapping up prom week here, and today we're talking about, you can see right here, so lovely prom flowers. We have Chris Norwood here from Tipton Hearst to sort of explain what some of the trends are and how do you even get started creating something like this for someone?
Well, this is not what it used to be when I went to prom, for sure.
A few years ago.
A long time ago. But actually now it's more about the wristlet has become an accessory to the dress, so it's more like jewelry. So you come in and pick out the wristlet first, and we have about 50 to choose from at the store. And these are all different kinds. This is like a Pandora wristlet, all these different ones. And then once you pick that out, we'll pick out the ribbon with the girl, and then we have what's called a prom corsage bar. And she just goes by and picks out all the components. We have different rhinestones, of course, like this to choose from.
It's just as important as the dress. It looks like all the things you have up here.
And then we can do themes, of course, if you're doing more of a camouflage theme, which some kids are doing that, which is kind of fun. We still do the cotton, the succulents. This is more of an upscale boutonniere for a man. It's more like an art piece. It has a structured wire on it. And then if you wanted, we also have the headbands, of course, that they wear with their flowers attached to it. And boutonnieres for men have actually changed a lot, too. It used to be just the traditional rose.
Okay.
Now we're doing it more like a piece of art as well. And this is all wire.
Very cool.
And it's on a magnet, and all you do is you put that in, and then hopefully that'll catch to there. So it attaches like that.
So you're not talking about just flowers. I mean, you're using all kinds of mixed materials
all kinds
to
of mixed
create
material,
these.
even wearing a little bling.
How long does it take to create something like this?
Actually,
with so many
we ask that the girls come in about a week ahead if they can. If not, we can do them the day before. And generally, we make those up. All the wristlets are done, and then we just pick out the component, put the wire in a bag, and as we make them, we customize each wristlet that we do.
Very cool. What are some of the most popular trends? I mean, I think it's neat right here what you mentioned with the camo, but what are most people looking for?
Well, it's mostly color.
Well, we are here looking at 501 Life. There are some really awesome things happening, a beautiful, beautiful issue focusing on home and garden. We have Sonia Keith here to explain. We were just talking about some of the awesome things in this issue. Let's start with the cover. I mean, this is really lovely.
It is. This month on the cover, we feature the home of Jana and Bart Burden. They live in Morrilton, and Jana is a regular contributor for 501 Life, and she shares her thoughts on gardening, her family's history with gardening, as well as some helpful tips. Perfect way to start spring.
Perfect way to start springs, and perhaps some people who want to drive around and look at some beautiful gardens will have an idea based on this issue.
Exactly.
We were also thumbing through some of those awesome designs with Feeding the Hungry. Tell us about this contest, how viewers and readers can be a part of this.
Well, we hope that it will catch on and we'll do it again next year, but HP and 501 Life teamed up and we did our first ever Canstruction. And we had 8 businesses that collected canned goods and then created some really neat designs. And there were, as I said, 8 businesses, and the designs ranged from the very simple to real elaborate. And UCA did a chess board with chess pieces, and they were our first place winner. And then Nabholz Construction won our Judges Award. Rated over 14,000 canned food items. So the real winners in this are the hungry. They're going to be fed because of these businesses coming together.
Absolutely, and I'm sure people enjoyed that community service piece, not just homes, gardens, but patios where you can sit. Tell us about that portion.
Well, Raylyn Calloway is an interior designer, and she shares with our readers this month the growing popularity of these outdoor spaces, patios and porches, and as well she shares some of her favorites in the Conway area.
Wonderful. It's always great to have you. Let people know where they can pick these up.
We have over 700 locations. You can go to 501lifemag.com and determine there where you can pick up a copy.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you. So good to have you, Sonia.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we'll be right back. Greg D. will